last we left off, you guys began adventuring into this wonderful haunted manor. Phoebe, immediately as soon as you walked in, you caught a glimpse of something that I would find horrifying. You looked up and you saw all of your characters kind of go off in different directions, but you looked around and nobody was moving. They were all kind of stand still looking around. And then, in fact, on top of that, your character gave you this haunting like, and then smiled almost like it was toying with you. Unfortunately, you don't remember that after he failed wisdom saving throw, even though your saving throw was very high. The creatures here a little bit higher. I do. Well, I'll get to that, I guess. You guys went through a few rooms. The party got split, although you're not completely
Why?
aware that that happened. Um, I want to make one amendment. I did make an error last time in describing the creature that was in the hallway. So I'd like to
Oh,
fix that. My memory went awry on that one. So it was Phoebe, Raj, and Roomberg who were in that section where they could have seen this creature. I think Phoebe was the only one who did see it though, but nonetheless, Phoebe, what you saw were those big paw prints. That still stands, but the creature um, loomed about 15 feet tall. It had, um, it almost looks like a dog, but larger. You see that there were chains wrapped around this creature. There's like patches of hair, but not fully. And you see scars lining this creature's body. And at the front was a maw that had a full mouth of very, very sharp teeth, these very beady black eyes, and this kind of snout that rounded it out. Um, and it
is it
was
a bipedal dog?
Yes, so it was standing on its two big feet, and then instead of it having paws in the front, you saw it had kind of hands. So dog is the closest comparison that I can get to it, but it was dragging this kind of large weapon behind it as well.
Ugh.
Yeah, and you do see that there in the scars. There's like active blood stains on it as well.
Puppy.
Aw.
So
That's my friend. We're gonna be best friends.
we'll see if you remember this creature because this creature has been here before in our domain.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I think that was the only thing that I had to amend. Alright, so with that said, um, last we left off, it looked like Galileo, Grimoire, and Sylvie were exploring like the third bedroom in that hallway, or you were in that hallway and you were thinking about exploring that third bedroom. Nonetheless, so we'll start with group one over there. Group A, I'll get to you guys in a minute, but group one, we'll start over with you. What would you like to do as you guys are in the hallway?
Uh, I think as far as Sylvie knows, this method of listening at the door, creaking the door open, letting Galileo stick his head in, as far as we know, it's been foolproof. So I feel like we'd probably keep going with that unless Galileo or Grimoire were like wanted to change it up a little bit.
Are the other is group A still following us? Like,
They're not like initiating conversation with you, but anytime you speak to them or like turn to them, they're like
they're like,
fitting in.
okay, they're like
Can't
NPCs
make
following
an
us.
insight check?
You wouldn't really detect anything at this point that would give
It's
you. So you
got
could. I'll just give you an exceptionally high DC.
It's imperceptible,
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
they're not doing anything that gives you.
Weird vibes.
Yeah.
I know. I'm having a hard time as Jordan not wanting my inquisitive rogue to roll an insight check on her twin sister, but she hasn't done anything yet to make me need to do that. So as far as I know, I'm going to keep going. So like listen to the door, check for traps as we're going and keep that path going along. And actually, no, you're right. It was the third bedroom that we left off at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to keep going on that method or using that method, you check for traps. You check for traps, creak the door open after you find out there are no traps, and you look into the room, and it looks like another bedroom. It doesn't look like anything different than you saw in the first room that you went to. You went to a grand piano room most previously, but I think that first room I described was a kind of a standard bedroom, and that's kind of what this one looks like as well. So it seems like for what like this hallway, for the most part, is for bedrooms. Aside from that library piano room, you can go in it if you'd like and explore further.
Can Gallo do his scan?
Yeah, so I would like to use my light protocol.
Okay.
It just looks like the first room that we were in.
Yeah, so far, assuming you haven't walked through the door yet, kind of like just peeking around.
Yeah, I'm gonna scan first.
Let's start with a perception check, and then we'll go into an arcana check after that.
Okay, perception was 22.
22, wonderful. Similar to the last room, again, you see a desk, you see a mirror, kind of adjacent in, what do they call it? It's not Caddyshack. What is it? Caddy corner?
Caddy corner, yeah.
Caddy corner. Caddyshack. It's caddy cornered next to the desk next to that, in the other side of the room. The window's open. There's a breeze coming in with the with a drape over it, and you kind of peer to the right as much as you can see before the wall kind of like cuts off. You see what looks like the foot of a bed that leads further.
Okay, so it looks the same.
Looks like a bedroom.
Okay.
Give me an Arcana check to see if you detect any sort of magic within there.
Probably not. 15.
15.
I forgot I picked that Arcana.
Okay. In fact, the thing that you can see that's giving off energy in this room, and there are candles lit in this room as well. But the one thing it's giving off energy is the mirror.
Sylvie. Well, I guess anyone. Raj.
Raj perks his ears up.
What ears?
Yeah, snake.
Uh-oh.
Like yours?
I've given it up.
Where did you get those ears?
Quick, roll. That's weird. Use this character.
He's a snake with human ears.
Oh.
And he's actually got a human tongue instead of...
Oh, that's just creepy.
Somehow it looks more normal. I don't know.
The gig is up.
Did they alterate it where they like split the tongue?
No, it's just a fat human tongue. But it's just as long.
We're getting some kiss action here.
Galileo. Raj says, hey, what's up?
Oh, hey, yeah, I have.
What's up?
Fucking thing.
It's as good as
Please
I'm gonna get.
Please disregard. I noticed a slight arcane anomaly on the mirror across the room. Have we seen any issues with it in the last rooms?
Looks over to Sylvie. Was there anything wrong with the mirror? That's a bad one.
No, it's good.
Was
You're
there
good.
Close.
anything wrong with
It's
the
good.
mirror?
No, but I don't think that I actually looked very closely at the mirror. In the last room, did Phoebe actually go up to the mirror? Did we see her do that, or she's walking the room like normal?
She walked in the room like normal, and then in Phoebe's vision, she went and interacted with the mirror.
Okay. I will go up and study. I'm gonna take out my little glasses, put my little spectacles on, and I want to try to take a look at the mirror and see. I want to try to investigate it and see if.
Okay, I guess I'll go in with her.
Okay. So both of you walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Greymore, are you staying at the door?
I guess I would look at Raj and Roomberg and see what if they were going to take watch again, like they did with the last door, and that would be my decision.
Rumberg says, Raj and I will take watch.
Okay, then I would go in and look for like the bookshelf thing to see like we can find the not the devil but the devil creature. I don't know what to call the creature, but not saying the word devil, demon. Thank you.
Demon and devil, very
The
distinct.
different. Sorry.
They like devil.
They don't like devil. That's why I said not devil, but devil person. Anyways, I would look to see like if I can telepathically communicate with that demon person again by through like a book that Raj had the first time.
Okay. Go ahead and try to say something and try to communicate. What would you say?
Sorry for leaving you on the piano again. Kind of got bored with that music. How's it going over there?
Okay. As you guys walk into the room, no response as of now.
Yeah.
But you do hear the piano playing in the background.
Okay.
As you three walk in, and you begin investigating the mirror, give me an investigation check for whoever wants to take a closer look at the mirror.
Is your investigation really good, Sylvie?
Yeah, I already have advantage on it. So roll your own because I didn't roll fantastic.
Okay.
But I already have advantage. So I got a 15.
16.
15's good. You guys are what, level 4 characters? Level 5
Yeah.
characters? So
We're
I'm like
proficient.
within a foot of it, like looking
Yeah.
at like the very edge, and I'm like all up in its business.
okay, as you're kind of like checking the trim of it before actually looking at the mirror, Sylvie, you don't see anything along the trim of this mirror, and you look behind it, and it looks like you can reach behind it and kind of pick this thing up. It's got these two, this kind of bar around it, like that helps you pick it up and move it around, and it also helps it move back and forth. But running your finger down the trim, you don't notice anything significant. But as you touch the mirror itself, your hand pushes through it.
Oh,
And you get
that's
a
strange.
very off feeling.
I hated that. That was terrible.
Hey,
Kid.
Galileo, can you use your little weird magic thing to see what kind of aura comes off of that?
Yeah, what does it look like? What kind of magic?
Did I have you give me an Arcana check already?
Yeah, it was like 15, I think.
15.
But I can use detect magic as a bonus action from the lenses, which should just tell me that A, if it is magical, and B, what kind of magic, if so.
It appears to be conjuration magic.
It seems to be some kind of way of traveling to or from where we are. Conjuration. Sorry, the archive was...
Oh.
Sorry?
I was just waiting for you to finish your sentence. Normally, when you speak to somebody, you end the sentence.
I thought I did.
Anywho, so what should we do with this mirror?
Well, we are looking for a source of energy. We don't exactly know what.
We haven't detected any energy here.
Isn't a portal energy?
It certainly is giving off energy by my readings.
Did Phoebe use she used her leaf thing last time, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to do something stupid, or do we want to look around the rest of the house and then, if we don't find anything, come back and then do the stupid thing?
Before we do something stupid, let's do this again and take advantage of our friend Roomberg. Hey, Roomberg, you want to throw your iceberg through the mirror? like you did with the piano. Tell him he might die again. I don't know. He doesn't have to learn the key. He doesn't have to learn the keys again.
Rumberg looks toward you all. He says, "You want me to just send him through?"
You can see through his eyes when you do that, correct? No.
Or do you just get like the information back when he dies?
Oh, this is so
You
frustrating.
see
Trying to
a
learn
long pause with that question, and you can see Rumberg thinking about it.
Captain.
We can give it a try.
Okay. Give it a try and see if perhaps if you conjure him here, he walks through the mirror, can he walk back through the mirror? And see if it looks the same, if he can tell you that.
All right. Go, Iceberg. I choose you. Iceberg
Okay.
goes,
Inside check.
Copyright.
walks through.
Edit that. Timestamp.
He walks through the mirror. And tell me this: you can't see what he's doing.
Not till level 7. Level 7, I can see up to 1,000 feet.
Can you
With him.
communicate with him?
I mean, I guess I mentally command him with no action, so...
Is there a distance?
Feedback? 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't come back.
Can
Do
we
we-
still... Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do we see him go through the mirror, and like, can we see him in the mirror still?
No, you see your reflections.
So once he walks through, we lose that sight.
Yep.
I would like to take like I'm assuming there's like a coat rack or a hat rack in this bedroom. Like
Sure.
I would basically want to take like the stick and like poke it to see if it still goes through.
Okay. We'll say that this room's got kind of a fireplace as well, and you take this like hot rod and you start
There you
poking
go.
through it.
Not hard enough to where the glass breaks though. Like I just kind of want to like see if
I
it
don't
goes
think the
through.
glass is actually material.
So,
But we don't see through it anymore, so like don't know if
sorry, you
it was
see
a
your
one-way
reflection.
door.
You see your
Yeah.
reflection.
Right.
We could never see through it, though, right? I could just tell that it was.
Well, Sylvie put her hand through it and then took it out, but we were. My theory was like if he goes through it, does the portal close?
So it's still
Did it?
active. Picture it like Mario 64, where you're jumping through pictures.
Okay.
At this point, exactly, just like that. So it's liquid almost. As you poke straight through and pull your rod out, it's still intact. The rod doesn't seem like eroded or anything like that. It is what it is.
See.
Do we want to take this with us? Or do we want to test the other mirrors and see if other mirrors do the same thing?
I don't think we have much time to test. I think we should. The portal seems like stable magic to me. I think I would like to poke my head in and see if.
We could, tie each other off to a rope, or perform a Congo line with hands.
Sure.
So we keep touching each other. That way, Iceberg never came back, so we don't know what's on the other side. So you could give us a tug, and we can yank you back in.
Graymore, would you like to tug with me?
Sure.
Then I hold my hand out to Graymore.
Very
Okay.
cold.
I noted.
So
Sylvie.
are you going or is Sylvie going?
I was gonna go in.
Okay.
Sylvie. Would you like to tug Graymore's hand so that I'm not alone with Graymore?
And I'll just hold
Wait.
on to Graymore's hand too.
I don't know why I'm not exclude. Runeberg, you're the strongest. Maybe you should hold on to me.
Whoa.
He's guarding the door at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Tell you what, let's have Phoebe hold Graymore's hand because I want to look at the desk real quick and see if there's anything weird in there.
God damn it.
Okay, so you've got Phoebe holding Greymore's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Greymore
Greymore's
holding me.
going in. Oh, okay. And holding Galileo.
I'm going in.
And
Yeah.
Galileo's going in. Okay. I've got
Greymore's
that line.
tugging me. Phoebe is gonna, if she's down with it, tug Greymore.
Okay. Greymore, Galileo, Phoebe. Okay.
I don't want to speak for anybody.
Yeah.
That sounds good. And you're investigating the desk.
Yep, I just want to I'm probably just going to like take a close look, but I'm not going to like willy-nilly grab journals or things. I'd probably just like take the end of, I don't know, a pen or something I have on me and just kind of like flip through it so I don't have to touch it. That's kind of how I'm going to look at shit.
Give me an investigation check on that desk.
Okay. 16.
16. Okay. Interestingly enough, in this room, you see a lot of, you don't see a lot of books or papers that you previously saw, but you see that there's one letter in there that sticks out to you, and it's written to Deegan,
Oh.
and it's from Alyssa.
Oh.
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 Ripperoonie.
I will. I will definitely. Is there anything about this letter that gives me like dark, creepy magic vibes as we're in this haunted mansion?
Essentially, it was Lissa at some point about 100 years ago at this point, where she wrote a letter to Deacon just asking how he was doing. Is he okay? She's thinking about him. And this would have been after, obviously, Rosa's passing, so a short period after that. And yeah, that's the gist of it.
I'm gonna take that letter. If it doesn't like feel, other than like the sad vibes, as long as it doesn't like feel bad, I'm gonna take that letter.
Sadness isn't a school of
Bad in
magic,
here.
although
Bad.
it feels like it.
Yeah, that's the only thing you see with the desk. Okay, so for you guys who are currently...
Is that a teardrop over the word rad? I'm sorry, Manzioni. First community.
That's fine. We'll allow that. So as you begin to dip your... Do you go arm first, head first? What does Galileo do with this mirror?
Hand and then head.
Okay. You stick your head through there and you pull it back out just to double check. Nothing seems to be off. As you begin to stick your head through, give me a perception check.
Cunt muscle.
I'd like to change my grip on Galileo to be just like around his waist instead of hand. So if he needs both hands, he can have them when he goes into the
Nice.
portal.
Okay, so
Reverse.
both of your hands are around his...
Yeah, and then I would ask Phoebe to like do the same.
Okay.
Reverse sumo.
She's got,
11.
Yeah.
She's got her hands around your hips as well. What was it, Galileo?
11. Yo, 11 if you play craps.
Okay, 11. You peek your head through this this clearly off mirror, and you look in and you see a room full of mirrors. You see at the center of the room, let's say that this room is like 20 feet in diameter. Pretty small room, but nonetheless you kind of see all these mirrors around. You look up at the ceiling and it's just like you're encased in a mirror. At the floor, though, you see facing away from you a short humanoid creature. Has these kind of leather, has a leather get up to him. He's got a pack around his shoulder to his hip, and you see that there's blood pouring out of the side of his ribs, just continuously pouring. And looking a little bit past him with the mirrors, you see this dark shadow looming behind him, but in the direction he's facing.
Kind of like behind, but over, like present within him. Okay. Am I able to like stick my head back out and beckon the team to follow in?
Sure. You pull your head back.
Yeah. There's something you should see. Sylvie, no, over here. Oh, okay, good. You're done with the desk.
Okay. Uh,
What do we need to see?
There is a humanoid figure that seems to be injured with a shadow looming over him.
You can see it in the mirrors, the shadow, to be specific. You can't see it like
Oh,
on the floor and like.
it's strange. The shadow looming over him is only visible through the mirrors. It feels ominous, but I should like to help. Oh, when I looked at the humanoid figure, do I see light via my lenses?
Good call. You do not.
There's no light.
No light.
Okay. Does shadow show up as any kind of magic or anything?
Not through your lens, no.
Well, that doesn't seem good. On second thought, everyone, I don't know what to do. So, Graymore, hold me close, and I'll stick my head back in there, in the portal.
Okay. Looking a little bit closer at this creature, you see that they're, although maybe a little over 3 feet tall, you do see these kind of pointed ears, these kind of like long brown hair that's kind of wavy, goes in that direction, goes in that direction. Anything else?
I'd like to call out to them.
Okay. As
I would say, "Hello." Do I recognize them?
as he turns, you do see what looks to be like a handsome creature with pale skin, and you immediately recognize him as Rue. And he looks right at you and he says, and he reaches down for the first time towards his wound and he says, "What happened?"
Oh, I thought you were lost, Rue. We've been separated for a marginal amount of time. Records don't indicate. I need to disclose that. You don't seem to be yourself, though. Are you feeling okay?
Long stare past you. Did we lose?
Only the battle. Only for now. But time has continued forward, and I'm hopeful we still can win.
How long has it been?
Since we lost? Oh, however long it's been, I'll regurgitate that.
At this point, it's probably been about 3-4 weeks.
Matter of factly. Like I'm accessing, like I'm reading a data log.
It's weird. It seems like eternity, and the only thing I can remember is losing.
Oh. I know what it's like to forget. But you're here, right? Rue? Maybe we don't need to continue losing.
Looks around. Do you know how many mirrors I've gone through? And I just keep ending up back here at this point.
Would you come with me?
I've
And I'll
gone
hold
through
my
that
hand
mirror.
out. What?
I've gone through that mirror.
Not with me.
You reach your hand out, grabs your hand, and interesting that the word cold was used earlier because you've never felt a colder hand.
I can't feel anything.
As you pull him through, he doesn't come with you. You back all the way through the mirror, and he is gone.
Can I go back in?
Sure. You peek your head back in.
Is he there?
Yeah. He goes, I don't
Okay.
recommend you stepping to this side.
Because you think I won't be able to leave?
I think this is where he traps everything that gets in his way.
Do you have any insight on how we might break this world down?
I can't even get out of this room.
What about the specter that looms over you?
You just get used to it. He gets bigger by the, you say a few weeks, maybe by the day, but he just subtly looms larger every moment. I assume he'll encase me at some point.
Well, I don't see any software available to me to get you out, Rue.
That's okay.
But I think the important lesson we've learned now is that there is hope. Did you feel hope before?
With you guys.
No, I mean, before I came through this mirror, have you ever seen anyone pass into here before?
No, I don't think so.
Rue, by the day, myself and Runeberg and Raj and Sylvie and Phoebe and Greyman, we become stronger. I can move through these planes now. We've found a way in. A way in is half of finding a way out. Except for traps. Those are usually one way in. But, you know, now that we know it's a trap.
Well, what are you doing here? Maybe I can help.
Yes,
I've
I'm
seen
so glad
many
you
rooms
asked.
here.
I'm so glad you asked. We found, we were directed to this mansion to help try to, the one who trapped you here wasn't the one who trapped you here. It was, in fact, a former ally of our allies, and he is an asset to the one who trapped you here. Which do I know? Do I believe it's Tharizdun, or I don't remember if that's come up at all.
I'm sure when you were over there, yeah, that conversation came up. Yeah.
Okay. So we came here to help weaken the grip that the one who trapped you here has on our world. And really, what we need is a way to weaken that specter's grip on you and anyone here. But this is the first way we found to access it, and the rooms only seem to make us more confused and less adroit as time goes. So any direction would be helpful.
Okay, well, I think I can help you with a couple things.
I'm recording.
First, you need to be very careful. I
Never been a
always,
problem for us.
you say, looks around. There is this large creature that protects the halls. I would be very careful and pay very close attention to his movements. He kind of has a routine, if you will.
Like a warden?
I think that's a good way to describe it. If we're in a prison, then yeah, he protects, or it protects, this domain. I think, well, you didn't exactly tell me, what are you looking for specifically here?
Oh. We're trying to find a power source. We're trying to undo a path once guarded. Was that right? Did I get that right? What was the rhyme?
You're thinking of one of the earlier riddles, which may or may not apply here. So go ahead.
No, yeah, I said it. That's just what I got.
Path that was once guarded. You're looking for an energy source?
Yeah, right? Team, back me up here. Team who are conscious.
Well, we're not in there with you.
Yeah.
You're in there by yourself.
Yeah, that's for Bill, though, like for me to say.
Meta help Bill remember. Yeah, yeah.
Above
energy
table,
source.
yes, energy source.
Yeah.
Okay, an energy source. I think there is a room here that has kind of like a lit flame that's trapped in a cage, and it kind of feeds out to the energy around this place. Maybe that's what you're looking for.
Okay.
An imp? Can you say that again for?
It's a lit flame that's contained in a cage.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Then that's where we'll direct our attention. And is there anything else that might disrupt what's causing this?
I think if you die here, you're trapped here.
In the shadow, in the realm that you're in, or within this building?
In this building. Like me.
Well, at least I'd have good company.
Looks at you and says, oh, the creature's name that wanders these halls.
Is it the warden? I knew it.
It's a Yinagu.
It's a what?
Ooh.
Yinagu.
Wait, it's a Yinogu? Or
The Unigo.
my religion check?
Yeah, give me a religion check.
Oh, you're an asshole.
That motherfucker.
Too low.
Produce so many chairs.
But I imagine I wouldn't need a big one to know what a Yanogu is.
No. What'd you roll?
3 plus maybe 7. I think I'm proficient. 7 total.
7 total. You know it's a demon.
Sick.
You said devil, right?
Yeen.
In that case, all right. Well, we'll find this energy source, disrupt it, and if you notice any weakness in these mirrors at that point, promise me you'll make a break for it, even if you've done it before.
I'll keep the hope alive.
Yes. Yes, at the very least, you have to see that.
It's good seeing you, Galileo.
Until next time, Ro.
As you pull your head back, you see him go through another mirror.
Cool. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Fuck hell yeah. Sorry. Thank you.
real quick for us in campaign 2, this is one of the demon lords that you did not kill.
Yeah, we know.
We know.
Chris,
Mhm.
boy,
For
I
real.
definitely knew
didn't.
that.
First of all, Victor was trying to, but nobody else wanted to, if I recall correctly.
You killed
You
a
do.
couple of them, but
You.
you
I
did
also
not kill
recall
this
that you had just entered the party, and I didn't want you to lose 2 characters consecutively.
No, I failed a save to make me attack him, so my character decided to attack him.
one. That was the Demogorgon, I believe.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Where
Yeah.
did we see Yanogu then?
not really. You knew that he was one of the, I think, 5 that were
Yeah, I
running
fucked up.
with.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was the demo. The demo, GG.
Yeah, but nonetheless, let's
Cool,
go
let's get
over
weird.
to Group A. You guys were last. You made your way out into the hall and you saw the blood abyssal written on the wall.
I think that Phoebe is the only one that's been in the hall because I've been a mouse and I'm running in between the rooms to kind of like keep track, I guess, before we like charge into the hall and face our doom.
So, what would you guys like to do then?
I'm in the room with Raj currently,
Okay,
and I'm still a mouse.
just threw all my dice.
So,
Go ahead.
That's 357 points of damage.
I killed myself.
shit.
I go down.
I go down.
I think that I was on my way back to Runeberg's room to check in with him when I saw the writing on the wall. I think that's where we ended, as I was trying to go boop, 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 and then run back under the door.
Okay.
Quick.
Bippity boppity boo, for sure.
So, anybody's got any feelings or ideas? Now's the time.
I think I'm waiting on a clue from you that it's safe to go.
Okay.
And where to
So-
go.
I would like to make a perception check really quick in the hall. If I like sniff the hall, do I get the smell of ozone or sulfur?
Okay, give me a perception check.
And as a mouse, cause I'm sniffing. Ooh. That would be a 23.
23. Okay. You smell must, like this kind of damp smell, and it's in the direction in which you see this arch that leads back out towards the main room. You look to the opposite side, and you kind of see the hallway end. This hallway has a few rooms, just like the other hallway that you saw, but you quickly gather you're either that you're probably, if you remember the layout of the main floor, there were 4 ways that you could have gone. You figure that you were on the bottom left hall, and you guys previously were up in the top right hall.
Okay.
But that smell nonetheless goes back towards the main hallway.
It's in the main drag. Okay. So I think that's all the use that I'm going to get out of being a mouse. I think. So I'm going to drop wild shape and come back into form and tell Runeberg. I think that we should. I've dropped wild shape, and so
Okay.
I think that we need to go circle up with Raj in the room next door and make
Raj
a
is
plan.
here?
What?
'Cause I-
Raj is here too.
Had no idea.
The whole crew.
Sorry. It's just the 2 of you. I caught you when they dragged you both in. So I think it's best if we are all in the same room planning but talking quietly because that thing looked like it was very large and not maybe what we want to fight immediately.
Okay. Do I remember like my head twisting and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Like, do I have okay? I was like, do I have an idea that like I'm not where I was before,
Yeah,
basically?
the last thing that you remember hearing was a pop in your.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Then let's go to Raj.
So you, Raj, and Phoebe get back together.
Okay.
What would you like to do? Would you like to
Is
head out
Raj
towards the main entrance, or would you like to explore some of these rooms?
is Raj still locked up like I was, or is he free?
I think Raj snuck out last time, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Or were you still
Before,
I think I was still locked up. I don't think I ever got out of the shackles.
shit.
So, how do we handle that?
How you gonna do that?
You all are all say are together, but Raj is he's in bondage.
Does anyone have any good ideas?
No.
Lock picks or saws or something we can pry the links apart?
Let's look through my tools here.
I would say Captain Runeberg is quite strong. He could potentially rip them off.
I was gonna say no tools to pick with, so you would have to trust my aim with my axe.
I'd say.
What's the setup? Is it like 2 handcuffs and a long chain? Is it like?
I was thinking that he's literally wrapped.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Because he is, well...
With rope, though, then?
No, chains.
Oh, okay. Good.
He's a snake, so he's tied up in a knot.
So I will
Go
say
at a
that
vertical motion instead of
he
sideways.
is attached to a lock on the wall. So there is this this chain that extends a little bit out that maybe you could hit before it reaches to his body.
Why don't I go after the lock? I'm gonna go after the lock, and I'm gonna start with just like the back of the hand axe, like not the sharp part, like the flat part. Use it kind of like a hammer to smooth the lock.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Great. Let's do that.
Please be careful.
19.
19. Okay, good. Give me damage.
10. Oh, not max roll.
You hit this lock so hard and so well that it actually crashes in like the floor. The lock looks damaged, but the lock is also now like a few inches into the ground, into the wooden boards.
Runeberg, you're too strong.
That's why he's the fat end, so I didn't... anyway, whatever. Okay.
And now you hear loud footsteps begin to come back in your direction.
I love that.
Is there a closet anywhere in this room?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 60 seconds to figure out what you're doing here.
Give me a quick layout of the room. Is there anything I can bar the door with? Is the door open in or out, etc., etc.?
Okay, so there's a bed, there's a wardrobe that looks like maybe you could sneak into. There is also a closet, there's a window. Actually, you know what? No window in this room.
Okay.
Room's closed off there. You do see that there's the door opens inward. You pull it towards you. But the door itself is made of wood.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
That's kind of what you're looking at, and there's candles obviously lit to make it dim lit.
Okay.
What if I cause a distraction and you guys sneak up on the creature?
I think if we're all standing in the middle of the room, it's going to be very hard to distract him. Unless I can hide in the wardrobe.
You could
I'm getting the wardrobe.
hide behind the door, and
I was gonna go behind the door.
Yeah, I'll start shaking
I'm in the wardrobe.
the chains like I'm trying to break loose. Get his he'll come and he'll try to tackle me or apprehend me, and then you guys do your thing. Yet slice and dice, chippy choppy.
I will say the last thing, there is a kind of a canopy on the bed, so you could like pull the curtains, if you will, over the bed if anyone wanted to hide there. But okay, Phoebe, you're in the wardrobe. Runeberg, you're hiding behind the door.
Yeah, so where the door would open, I'll be behind that, and then I will pop Iceberg on the other side, like in the corner.
Are you having to be shown visible?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I mean, that's a good distraction, right? Like,
That's gonna probably out us also.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I'm gonna give you 30 more seconds here.
Okay, he can hide in the wardrobe with Phoebe, maybe, if there's room. I don't think there is.
What's up, iceberg?
Okay.
Spit on the door hinges before you get in, so it's a little bit lubricated and not squeaky.
Ooh.
So the door smashes open, and Raj, you see this creature bend into the room, and you see his snout, first thing, and his teeth pop up. Looks down at you, grabs your chains, and literally throws you into the bed, and you immediately take. That's gonna be 13 points of damage. As
This is
he
not-
slams you. You feel bones in your body begin to snap and break, and you fall unconscious again.
Night.
This is not the type of foreplay that Raj wanted.
Looks around the room. I need a stealth check from everyone in here.
Great, I love that.
I'm assuming you don't want one from me.
No.
I failed.
Is guidance? What is guidance? Hold on.
D4.
It's verbal and somatic, so I'd have to say something.
Yeah, you probably would.
You could whisper it. Doesn't say you have to say it loud.
16.
No, I'm not. I'm not fucking with it. Oh shit. That's a 2.
A what?
22.
Okay.
Oh, we
just
all heard too.
two.
Both twos. Both twos. 2 twos.
Oh my god, I saw a man's eyes light up, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was about to kill your character. A 2 is
Fine.
devastating for you. Okay. So, looks in. Raj, you can, or sorry, Roomberg, you can see his snout peer past the door. The
Yeah.
edge of the door a little bit, and you begin to see his nostrils flare. And his head turns slightly in your direction. His eyes are a little bit further back from his snout, though. And after a few moments, recoils back and slams the door.
Great.
So what can we do quietly?
Did he happen to break the chains when he threw me out of the bed? Did he pull it out of the ground?
Raj, roll a d20. I'll say 10 or higher, and that's shorter.
17.
So he didn't break the chains, but he ripped the chains out of the ground. So I guess if you sit there and do a little bit of work, you can.
You got
untangle the
mobility.
chains.
Great. I'm still unconscious, though.
Yeah, I was like, I'll take care of that. You wake him up.
Okay, so I'm going to approach Raj and just kind of like assume you're not like asleep, like unconscious. You're not at 0.
No, but it looks like someone
did take-
bounced my head off concrete.
Gotcha. You did take an amount of damage. So what we're gonna do is have any. I'm just gonna shake him a little bit. I'm gonna give him just a little rattle and see if that not brings him out of it.
You see his eyes like someone who's only slept for 30 minutes, but they feel like they felt like they need more time asleep. His eyes slowly open.
Good morning, bud. We got to go. We've got shit to do.
Did we kill it?
No, we did not. Nor are we going to try. Not at this point in time.
I hurt everywhere.
How badly do you hurt everywhere?
Very badly.
On a scale of 1 to
30-ish.
30?
Oh. You have a lot of faith in us.
30 seems high.
Oh, actually, no, 30's not bad. I forgot we're level 4. You're right.
Yeah, 30's good.
Less than half of one hand.
Okay, listen. Okay, so we're just gonna do a very gentle little whoop. So just gonna tap him. What's happening?
Is it 2-inch feet?
Huh? Oh, maybe a
Less
slightly
than
more
half of
aggressive
one
tap.
hand is 2.
Mans, you and I were both like.
Okay.
I do have a potion I can inject myself with.
Do you want to use your potion, or do you want to conserve it, or do you want me to save my energies or conserve those? It is up to you.
You save yours. There's no reason. So I'm gonna expend one of my healing potions. What level are we?
We're level 4?
5.
5.
5.
We're 5 now.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I was hoping you were level 5, otherwise I forget to tell you guys to level up.
Perfect. So you'll see Raj kind of like it's like the first shot. He kind of like stumbles a little bit back, but eventually gets to his feet and says, "Okay, let's go." Very quietly though.
So, but before, I do not think that we should leave this room before we have exhausted every avenue in this room. And if we do leave, I think that we should wait an amount of time to make sure that he is cleared out. But I don't even know if getting out the front door is going to do anything at this point. Are there any mirrored surfaces in the room? Are there mirrors on the inside of the wardrobe? Is there another mirror anywhere in the room?
You do see a mirror in the corner.
Okay, and there's only one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do either of you have a way to break this mirror quietly? Very, extremely, very quietly. Or just take a chunk out of it, just like one piece.
Can I cast deafness on the mirror?
Oh.
Okay, so as the spell is written, you're causing it to go deaf, not for everything around it to go deaf. But I like your moxie, kid. So we'll say that you create this kind of deaf zone, if you will, like immediately around it. So I'll
Okay.
give you one attempt with that kind of play of the spell.
Describe this mirror for me, because I have a blanket, so my thought was potentially like wrap it in the blanket to also deafen the sound a little bit,
Sure.
and then just sort of roll on it or
And don't
gently
forget, you also
step
have
on
the
it.
bed as well there. But yeah, this mirror, similar to the previous ones, it's got this thing that's holding it. You can pick up the whole thing and move it around the room. Its stand, if you will. Doesn't seem heavy, especially for you, Rumbird. You can move this thing around pretty easily.
So why don't I lay it on the bed and then put the blanket over it, and then I'll just sort of lean my shoulder into it.
Do you think that we should try to go through it before we should stick a hand through and just see what happens before we break
I know
it?
nothing
that
about
this-
going through mirrors.
Yeah, you
That
wasn't the
is
one who
true.
went through the mirrors.
Yeah, I'm literally talking out of my ass right now, like she's babbling.
I don't know why we would do that, but we could try. I would say not to use our arm because something's telling me that's a bad idea. Just
Just
past life
Just-
experience, maybe.
bear with me, pun intended, for just 1 second. Just.
Maybe use a shoelace.
I'm just gonna stick my pinky finger through the mirror,
Oh dear.
if I can.
Um,
Test the waters.
You poke the mirror.
Nothing goes through. Okay. Grunberg. Do smash. Smash.
Hulk smash. Yeah, I guess I'll lay it on the bed right? So there's a soft surface underneath it, and then I'll put the
Need
blanket
two
over the
big
top.
chunks.
2 big chunks. Okay.
Two
I'll lay
big chunks. Or
I'll lay the
bigger chunks.
blanket on top, and then I'll go for the middle, and I'll just sort of put my weight down
Yeah,
on the
so
blanket.
it's you don't hear it because of how we're
Okay.
using the deafness spell, but you feel like a crunch, and you feel like you've broken the mirror.
Okay, I'll gently lift the blanket up
Okay.
and sort of shake off any shards that I've got if I can, and then roll it back up.
Okay. Mirror's broken on the bed.
Okay. I'm going to take 2 largest pieces. I'm going to face them towards each other.
Okay.
Is there anything happening within the infinite fraction at all?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Guidance on myself.
And please be careful. They could be sharp. You do not want to cut yourself.
It is fine. So that would be plus. We're rolling hot tonight. That's a dirty, nasty 20.
What you see creating this kind of infinite wave of mirrors, as you kind of peer your eye through, you see almost like hundreds of mirrors in, if you will. Not on the immediate front mirrors, but further back, you can start to see chains. And these chains are taut. They are tight. Something is pulling at those chains, trying to break free. And you can only see the movement of the chains.
Does anyone else see what I'm seeing? Put
What?
my hand in this mirror.
You put your hand in the mirror.
Can I? Does it work?
You're trying to place your hand inside this mirror now.
Yeah.
Still doesn't do anything.
Okay. But this is something. There is something reflecting way off in there.
But if it's a trick,
What
what
if
if
I
you
give it
touch
a
the
little-
other mirror?
Yeah, what if the other one?
So you replace it and you have now one different than the other one?
Like one is like propped up and I'm like angling the other one.
Mhm.
And then just like hand in one, hand in the other one, trying to figure out.
You still get the same results. Something is
Okay.
trying to escape its chains.
I
What
figured
it
that.
looks like.
I'm gonna give it a little knock, knock, knock.
As you do that, the chains kind of go limp, and there's no more pulling. Do you speak Abyssal?
Oh shit, do I speak Abyssal? No, I speak Infernal.
Yeah,
Fuck.
these are the opposite of us, remember?
I speak Abyssal.
Okay.
Good.
You hear this deep, kind of booming voice. And it doesn't sound like complete sentences, even for you who knows Abyssal. This almost sounds like ancient Abyssal, almost like the language that you have today for Abyssal is based off of an older version of Abyssal.
Some Shakespearean abyssal.
Yeah, kind of, but even more drawn out time-wise. Raj, you get a sort of message that says, "Set me free."
Probably pass.
Raj would relay that to Phoebe and Runeberg. It says it wants us to free it. I don't know
But
what
if this is the being that was Deegan,
It could be. I'm not sure. Should I ask? Should I try to speak to it?
don't know if we want to initiate conversation with something that is speaking ancient abyssal.
This is a good point.
I would love to know what's going on in there, but I do not know if curiosity kills the cat, they say. So that was not a complete bust, but not what I wanted it to do. Let's take these with us and see if we can't replicate it when we find the rest of our party.
I think that's a good idea. Do I see the writing on the wall?
Yeah,
Are we in the hall?
if you walk on the hallway, yeah.
Okay. What does it say?
Even a bird would want a taste of dirt from abyssal dark. The prick of a feather could make a kingdom burn.
I don't think there's nothing that I, off the top of my head, that I wanted to do immediately. Matthew, Lindsay.
No, I had a thought about something when the thing peeked in the room, but he didn't see us, so I'm good on that for now. We can wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try my
I would-
crazy idea later.
I
So
would say
then we
I'm sorry.
no, when we do, run into him, when we go find him, then
So would you guys stay in the hallway, or would you move back out towards the main area of this manor? Because you can see down the hallway, because again it's that arch, and you can see the main room that you were in. It's about 20 feet away from you.
Does this look familiar, like that house we walked into? Like, does
Yeah,
it?
it looks like the main entrance of the house.
Okay.
So then back to group 1.
We relay the conversation from that I had in the mirror with Sylvie and everyone who understands it, Greyman, and the drones and the empties. If you guys have seen The World's End.
Um,
Um,
Go ahead.
I was just wondering if you would have told us that Rue was there before you went in the second time or after you left.
I imagine if I popped out and Rue wasn't there, I would have told you that I tried to bring Rue out and it didn't work. There's no way that didn't come up.
Well, I didn't know if you just like popped your head straight back in. Because if you told me,
It's possible.
well, that's what I need to know.
Okay, would Sylvie have asked what I was doing?
It depends on how quick you popped your head back in. Did you pop out and go nope and like pop your head right back in?
No, I would have looked around to see if it worked.
Well, we would have been curious because you told us all to come over to the mirror because there was a creature there.
Yeah, so I would have shared it. Yep.
Okay. Because I would have, I mean, Sylvie would have hearing that Rue was in there, would have looked over to Phoebe and been like, what? And would have tried to like poke my head in to the mirror to see if I could just see Rue again. So I don't know if I could do that before. I mean, we could say it happened at the end or whatever.
You poke your head back in, doing the same thing. If you want someone to hold you, you can certainly do that. But you poke your head back in and you see Rue kind of a little bit frustrated. He walks through a mirror, looks around, looks left, right, facing kind of away from you, doesn't quite notice that you're there, and you can see him, and he says, hope, under his breath, and he moves through another mirror. And after a few more moments, you see him come back through a different one, and he's kind of like working out the math.
Now, I tell from our time spent with him, I want to do two things in this moment. One, I want to see if that is really Rue, or if this is some figment being portrayed to us to make us trust it.
Give me an insight check.
$17.
So based on the conversation that Galileo would have relayed to you, he didn't ask for anything. He didn't even ask. He even cautioned, don't come in here, into this room.
Mhm.
Considering the fact that he didn't ask for anything, he's not bargaining. He seems genuine.
Can I also, when my head would be poked in there, can I take a scan of the other mirrors and see what is through the other mirrors? Is it just a reflection back on the inside?
It's just a room of mirrors, kind of like how Phoebe described it last time. So it's just a lot of chaos in there when you look into the mirrors.
Okay, and then lastly, how does Phoebe react upon hearing Rue's name?
Give me an insight check, a fresh one.
That's what I'm talking about. That'll be a 26.
26. You see Phoebe say, "Who?"
Got him.
Got him.
Perfect.
Insight check of your life. My sister knows me. She's got it.
I mean, if Phoebe did anything but push me out of the way to get her head into the mirror first to see Rue first, like, it's not fucking Phoebe. Like, if that wasn't the initial. So that's why I wanted to know. Okay,
And
thanks.
the eerie thing is that last she was holding Greymore's
Everybody froze.
wrist, who
It's holding you.
holding you in the mirror. She doesn't seem excited, just very mellow.
She's a skinwalker.
Skinwalker! They are mortal, guys. They can be killed.
You keep thinking about it, and she just keeps saying stuff you've heard her say before. Nothing new.
Yep.
Parroting.
Just don't like super kill my flesh body because I might need that back later. I
Nice.
might need a flesh body.
Good checks.
I would have, after that whole sequence, and like Galileo told us about the finding Rue in there, and then Phoebe going in there, or sorry, Sylvie. Greymore, since he was the last one off the cliff, because he was tattooing himself, looking at Deegan, he's gonna peek his head in there. Would it look like the blade at all that sliced Rue? Like there's similarities between the mirrors with the blade, is what I'm trying to get at.
I see. Okay, so the room itself doesn't look like the blade.
Right. Like, can I see anything that makes it think that this is tied to Deegan, knowing that Tharzadoon has Deegan through the blade of mirrors?
Give me a intelligence check here. And I'll give you advantage because you pinpointed the event in which you saw it.
Ooh.
Intelligence check. That's with intelligence, not the save, even though I'd like it to be the save.
Wait.
That would,
Intelligence modifier.
You already rolled it, right?
yeah.
Hang on, I don't know it yet, though, so let me check my portents to see if I have something. I don't, sorry.
Nope, that's fine. I rolled a 16.
16. As you make that connection, kind of the hairs on your neck start to raise a little bit. You wonder if that room is the blade, or if the whole mansion is the blade, as you are now thinking back to the chandelier above, having glass, and you've seen several rooms with glass. Actually, in fact, as you walk out the hallway, you see, instead of paintings, where you might see paintings or pictures, you see mirrors reflecting, looking
Ew.
back at you.
I don't like
in the
this.
group. And now you become very uncomfortable, and you start to even be careful with how you step on the ground. Like, you just get this really off-putting feeling. Where
I'm
are
uncomfortable.
you?
It's getting fuckier. The
So then-
fuckier. The
Greymore's next question then would be, is this the power source that we're looking for to try to get Deegan away from Tharzadoon?
Is what the power source? The mirror room?
The mirror. Like if
The whole mansion. We need a bomb.
So, Galileo's conversation, which he would have relayed with Rue said that he saw a light in a cage, and that was what he thought the power source was. And you get the gist that every time that Rue goes through a mirror, he sees a room, although he can't go into the room. So he's seen all the rooms in the mansion or the manor, but he can't physically walk through them. That's kind of what he's been getting at.
Okay, cool.
and then my last thing would be then Greymore would want to either A, bring this mirror into the first bedroom, or bring the first bedroom mirror into this room and kind of see like
You're trying to portal within a portal?
see like if
You're
we're
gonna,
able
you're gonna destroy us all.
No, I want to see like if they're the same. Like, so can I go through that mirror as well?
Okay, you go back to the first room's mirror, which I don't think you guys investigated the first time, if I recall.
No.
No, only Sylvie.
And then we don't
Or
even have to
not
bring
Sylvie,
it.
Phoebe.
We don't even have to bring it into the other room. We can just check it there and then go from there.
Yeah, you go up to that mirror, and give me an investigation check. I assume the whole group goes to that mirror. Would that be fair, or is some staying behind?
So
No, I
then
think-
it would piggyback off of Sylvie though, because then she would know that that's not Phoebe. So I don't know if the order of operations is Mirror Phoebe or Phoebe then Mirror, because I assume it would be Phoebe then Mirror.
Well, Sylvie's probably gonna keep. I mean, I think anyone who's themselves would understand that Phoebe going, "Who is Rue?" is not her, but Sylvie's gonna keep that close to herself in the sense that she doesn't know who is
Fair.
fucking and who's not. So like my next step, so we can do mirror first. Mirror first.
Because that's why I wanted to do Mirror, because if I caught on to that, then I wouldn't like try to make it to where it's a big event and get trapped. See if maybe we see Phoebe in there.
You would see Sylvie acting as natural as she can in this moment. So you would, yeah.
Got it.
One thing that I will add, at some point in the sequence, you would have heard large footsteps come into the main area of the manor, but they would have went out the front door, and you would have heard the door swing, and then you would have heard it leave. If you wanted to peek and see it, I would require a stealth check if you want to risk that. Otherwise, you heard something loud, walk out the door. Doesn't feel like it's a threat at the moment.
No, I would say we wouldn't.
You guys would have hid, of course, but I won't make
Yeah.
you roll for unless you want to go
Okay.
see what it was.
No,
Only if it's coming close. So
I run away from big noises.
Smart.
I don't know. Do I have a shovel?
Raj, on the other hand, did not.
A UV yield sign, though.
odd.
Weird.
Galileo. Did Rue describe this eternal light?
It was a light in a cage, as I recall.
And there were chains coming off that cage. That's kind of
Also chains.
Despite all of its rage.
Did he tell you where we could find it?
It seemed like a rat in a cage. No, he just said it was a room. Probably should have asked.
Well, maybe we can ask him in this next mirror if we see him.
Happy to try. Happy to try.
So you get up to the mirror. Did you roll me an investigation check on this?
I did not yet, because I didn't know if we were doing the Phoebe first thing.
I'll help you with this, or I'll do my own depending on what you prefer.
We're not going
I don't
to
care.
attempt this right now. I think we're back on track. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, PEMDAS, yeah.
PEMDAS. Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Where's Sally?
Please excuse.
What?
You're on Sally.
You said investigation, perception. What was it?
Investigation if you're touching
Thank
the
you.
mirror.
Yep. Oh, that's cocked because it landed on all the dice.
Can I put my glasses on and make one with him?
Sure.
Doing the seeing if it looks the same or not.
I rolled a 13.
Dirty 20.
Okay. With a 13, you kind of go through the same motions that you saw Sylvie go through, or Galileo, I think, actually, on that second mirror. Check the trim, touch the glass. Nothing seems to be like it was in the previous. Seems like an ordinary mirror, as far as you can tell. Sylvie, as you are looking kind of like over the shoulder of Graymore, who's a bit smaller, as you're looking over him, you see Phoebe off to the right of you, kind of looming over your shoulder, but a little bit back, and you begin to see her body start to twitch. And few seconds into that, as you turn, and Grimoire, you can see this as well, just takes you a few more seconds as you're like investigating the side of the trim.
Yeah.
You begin to see her chest split open into two, and you watch as her body turns into this giant maw, and it looks like teeth on both sides, and you begin to see dripping of saliva off to the side, and then popping out of, like, the only way I can describe this is like kind of like a frog skin, and you watch as like this fat frog-like creature with teeth begins to like pop out of her body and kind of tear her skin away, and you watch as one eye pops out, a second eye pops out on the other side of the mouth, a third eye pops out, and a fourth eye pops out. So you're looking at this mouth open with two sets of eyes on it in this frog-like fat figure. And that's what we'll pick up next time.
Oh.
What frog are you torturing, dude?
Was that like
Is kind of what I was going for.
is that what we see as a reflection, or do we see that happening in
You see that
real life?
with the reflection, and as you turn, you see
The
that
key
it's
continues. Okay.